23rd of November, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Okay, we're good.
Okay, Baruch Hashem. All right. Baruch Hashem for electricity.
Yeah.
All right, now, let's see, where are we holding over here? I see.
According to my notes, we're on the Mishnah, on 115a, very bottom of the page.
I remember. Yeah, so right, okay. So like this. What happened was, as we learned the Mishnah,
I don't think we I think we just got to it, but we didn't actually read it yet.
We did the Mishnah. We did the first part of the Mishnah, and then we got into an issue whether we should go into the next page to answer that part of the Mishnah, why we needed both.
I wasn't here yesterday. That's right.
Right. Well, we did. There were two parts. There was in the first part of the Mishnah, there were two things, and one thing involving a chamor, a jug of honey and a wine barrel, and the other saving the donkey in the river. So the question became whether you don't you learn the donkey case from the jug case? So
right.
Really, you need and then we started seeing, do you need it or not, on the next page, instead of going straight to the Mishnah, where it was going to catch that a piece of later.
Very good. Wow. Very good. He's got it. Okay, so seeing as how Lou wasn't here yesterday, maybe we should just go over the Mishnah again before we go weiter. It'll be a good chazorah for us, and it'll get Lou into the Mishnah. So, Lou, you want to read the Mishnah?
Okay.
Which page is this now?
115a5.
A5, okay.
What?
Got it.
Okay, good. Let's start. Lou.
Ze ba hu vi so shel yayin. This one was coming with a barrel of wine. V'ze ba b'kado shel davash. And this one was coming with a jug of honey. Nis dika chavis shel davash. And the honey, the container of honey cracked. V'shafach ze es yeno v'itzil es hadavash l'socho. And this person poured out his wine, and he rescued the honey. So he emptied his container, his barrel that had the wine in it, and he used it to hold the honey.
Yeah, that's going to be good tasting honey, huh?
Yeah, I guess honey must be more expensive than wine.
Right.
Wine is less valuable than honey.
At least in this scenario, they didn't have organos back then.
Yeah, I would think the opposite. I would think the wine would be more precious, but okay. Ein lo ella sacharo.
Okay.
He only gets paid
His fee. For his labor.
so Sacharo is his fee.
It's-
He only gets
That's
paid for his labor.
He also gets paid for the
So the container.
things, personal label and the rental fee of using his container. Those are the two things
Yeah, this-
those are the two things that Rashi says. The top Rashi on the next on page 115b1, Ein lo elascharo is only his wages, and it's the schar kli, wages from renting out his vessel, the schar pool, and also the wages of his actions, what he did. There's a double wage factor, a rental fee and an action fee for doing it. But that's all he gets paid is those things, not the value, not the thing that
Yeah, the scar is the fee.
the scar is the fee, not the other things, not the value of the wine he dumped in order to get the honey.
So he loses out on the value of the wine.
Right.
The imamar, and if he said, Atzil es shelcha ve'ata nosein li demei shali. I will save you, and you will give to me the value of that which is mine. Chayev litain lo. Then the owner is obligated to give him also the value of the wine.
Right.
Sataf nachal chamoro v'chamor chavero. Okay, so the river swept away his donkey and the donkey of his friend. Shalo yafeh maneh v'shel chavero ma'asayim. And his donkey was worth 100, and his friend's donkey was worth 200. V'hiniach ze es shalo v'hitzil es shel chavero. So he abandoned his donkey and he saved the donkey of his friend. Ein lo ella scharo. He only gets the payment for rescuing the donkey. He doesn't get paid for the loss of his donkey. Im amar lo, if he said to him, that is the rescuer said to the friend, Ani atzil es shelcha v'ata noten li es shali. I will save your donkey, and you will give me the value of my donkey. Chayev litain lo. The owner of the more valuable donkey is obligated to reimburse the rescuer for the value of the lost donkey, in addition to the fee for his his work in saving the more valuable donkey.
Right.
So it sounds like
Okay,
the two
good.
cases are pretty similar.
Yes. Yes, that was our question yesterday. Why does the Mishnah need to tell us, after it already told us the first case, why does the Mishnah need to tell us the second case altogether? We would have been able to figure out the din in the second case based upon what the Mishnah tells us the din is in the first case.
Well, the difference is the rental of the container. In the first case, there's a rental of the container, and the second case, there is no such thing. Why is that a significant difference? I guess is what you're asking.
Yeah, what we really would be asking over here is, you basically have two dinim in the first case. The first case is that he doesn't get reimbursed in the first case for throwing down his wine, but if he tells them, "Look, I'm going to throw down my wine and save your thing, but you got to pay me for my wine," then he does get paid for the wine. Right? Those two cases that come out from the Reisha of the Mishnah, the first case of the Mishnah. So if we know that, then l'choro, it's obvious that when it comes to the donkeys, that if he just goes about and saves the other one's donkey, doesn't make up with the person, he won't get reimbursed for the loss of his donkey. But if he does make up and said, "Look, I'm going to save your donkey, but you have to pay me for my donkey," and the din says that he'll have to pay for the donkey. So we would be able to figure that out from the first case, just like he was required to pay for the loss of the wine if he made up with him. So too, he'd have to pay for the donkey if he made up with him before he went about with the rescue. So
there's
that
another
was what
difference.
Yeah.
That is that in the case of the wine, he has the wine. He has the wine in his possession. So when he dumps it out, he is causing himself a loss. But in the second case, he doesn't have his donkey. His donkey is swept away, and he'd have to go and save it, which we don't even know if he'd be able to. So he might not. You might say, well, he's really not. It's so entitled to ask for the payment for something that it's not really even sure that he could have saved it.
Yeah, very good. That's what the Gemora says over there. That's exactly what the Gemora says.
Ah, great. I don't feel so bad about missing yesterday then.
So therefore, that's why the Mishnah needs to come and tell us that if he does make up with him with the donkey, he'll also get paid for the donkey.
Right.
Because we would have thought that to distinguish between the two cases exactly as you've distinguished, we would have thought to do that, but the Mishnah tells us no. Okay, so that's what we learned. That's what we learned yesterday, basically. So if so, we could let's just go ahead with the Gemora time that we have left. Phil, you want to read the Gemora? Or is there any Rashis to do? No, there's no Rashis to do. We already did the Rashis.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Amai.
Okay. But Alan, we're doing the Gemara on 115b1.
Oh, Alan, you there?
Yeah, right. The Mishnah rules that if one pours out his wine to save the honey of his fellow, he receives nothing more than the fee. The Gemara asks, but why does he receive so little? Lemor, Lele, Roar, Kor, Zuachinor. Let him say to the owner of the honey, I have acquired the honey from a state of ownerless. It should all be mine. Milo Tanyor, but has it not been taught in the Brisa? Hooray, Shehoyor, Tu'un, Kadai, Yayin, B'chadei, Shemen. If one was laden with jugs of oil and jugs of wine, or Shahain, Mish Tamaros, and he saw that they were becoming broken and the contents were draining away. Lo Yomar Hare Zeh Teromor Ser Al Peiros Sheyesh Li Besoch Basi. He should not say, I designate this oil and wine as truma and masa on the produce that I have in my house. Ve'im or mar. And he did, and if he did say that, lo omar kulum, he has said nothing, i.e., his designation has not rendered the wine and oil truma and masa. Since the wine and oil stand to be lost, they're regarded as ownerless, therefore they cannot be designated as truma or masa. Likewise, in the case of our Mishnah, since the honey stands to be lost, it should be regarded as ownerless, therefore the one who rescued it should be permitted to keep it.
Okay.
It's the top
Phil.
of 15b. Yeah.
Okay, Phil's got the Rashi, V'lemale.
Rashi, first line, Lemale, and let us say that the Hefker Zechino, with the fact that he made it Hefker, he should be able to acquire it. The Vash Shaloch, the honey of his, it was. Holech Klo, went out all of it, Labid, it was going to get lost. The Hareni Kamatsio Mina Hefka. It's like he saved that honey from being Hefker. The Amai, and why? Ain lo Ella, it isn't only him, Ella, that he only gets the Scharo Kuli, he only gets his wages of the Devash. Liyishkol, to collect, to take. Gabi the Chamor, but relating to there is something about the donkey, and relating to the donkey, Leikalimim, there's not to say, Hachi here, the Yechol Latzil, that you're able to save it.
Gabi Chamor, Leikalimim Hachi. We can't say this same thing by the Chamor. Why? The Yechol Latzila who? Because he's able to save it.
He's able to save the donkey?
Able to save the donkey, but he's what does that mean? That he's able to. We can't say this. What is it that we can't say in the case of the donkey? We can't say that when the saver saves the donkey, that it belongs to him because he saved the donkey from Hefker, so it's his. Why can't we say the same thing by the donkey?
Doesn't it say we can't say that? Leica?
Yeah. I'm wondering why not.
We can't say that he's able to save the donkey because we don't know for sure that he can save it. It's been swept away in the river.
Well, Rashi says we can't say it because the Yochol Hatzilahu. He could save it. Oh, in other words, like this. I think the point is like this. The point is is that the dvash is if it won't be for the fact that, in other words, the dvash is basically considered the hefker because it's leaking out. It's got a crack in the jug and it's going down on the ground. It's going to be lost. There's no way to save it really. The only way to save it is to have this other guy come and put it in his barrel that he had to pour out all of his wine. So that's called you cannot save it. That's called you cannot save the dvash. But in the case of the donkey, you could save the donkey. You could run into the river and save the donkey, which is what the guy did. It is savable. So therefore, the donkey was not hefker. So therefore, he didn't save the donkey from hefker.
I have a different understanding.
Yeah.
My understanding is that we're comparing the donkey to the wine, not to the honey. The honey is savable. We know for sure it's savable because that's the case. He saves it. He saves the honey. But that's irrelevant. What we're comparing is the reimbursement for the wine and the reimbursement for the donkey. And you can't say that the donkey is savable because you're not sure you can save it.
I think Rashi explains that he's saving from hefker the dvash. The guy is going to say to he's going to say to him, like Rashi says, dvash shelcha haya holech kulo leibud v'hareini kamatzo min hafker v'mayim lo elascharo kulo dvash lishko. He should be able to take all the dvash. Why does it say that only thing that he's going to get is he's going to pay for his job that he did, and he's going to pay for the use of his kli. He's not going to get the dvash. Gemora is asking, why should he not get the dvash? He's saving it from hefker.
Right.
So, in other words, so what we're saying is that the dvash, when it's dropping down from the crack in the jug, it's regarded as being holech kulo leibud. It's going to be lost. And so in that state that it is, it's regarded as being hefker. And therefore, the one that's saving it he's coming along to save it with by bringing a barrel and saving it with the barrel that the wine was in. He's regarded as being matzil min hahefker. He is regarded as being saving something that was basically hefker. It was not owned by the owner anymore. It was already hefker in the state that it was at the time that it was being saved. And so in that case, somebody that saves something, he retrieves something which is hefker, it now is his. Doesn't belong to the other person. It was already hefker.
I hear you. It's confusing.
But what I don't understand, I was trying to explain it, but I still think it needs more explanation. You were pointing that out as well. Rashi says, but we cannot say the same thing in the case of the donkey.
Right.
Rashi says, Gabi Chamur Lekalabe Marhaki. We cannot say that by the donkey. We can't say that he was saving the donkey from Hefker. Why? Because the donkey was regarded as being savable.
Oh,
But
you're reading it differently.
Okay.
I see.
That's what Rashi says. But in Svora, I understand that you're asking a question, and it's a valid question. What's the difference? He saved, just like he saved just like he saved the honey with his efforts, and the barrel that he had that he poured out the wine from. So too, he's saving the donkey with the efforts that he's expending right now. Why is it that the donkey is considered to be savable and therefore it was never hefker, whereas the dvash was regarded as being hefker because it was falling on the ground. It was going to waste. That was it.
So the donkey we're talking about is the more valuable donkey.
Yeah, right.
I was confused. I thought we were talking about the less valuable donkey.
We're talking about the case where he didn't say anything to the guy, and he
rescued the guy's donkey.
Rescued his donkey, and the Mishnah says, what does he get? He gets Ein lo elaskaro. The Mishnah says Ein lo elaskaro by the donkey. Just like it says Ein lo elaskaro also by the dvash. But on that, the Gemora is asking a question: why should it be Ein lo elaskaro by the dvash? But Rashi is saying this that it says Ein lo elaskaro by the donkey is not the Gemora didn't ask that question, and in fact that's not a question, says Rashi, because that case is distinguishable. We have to figure out why is it exactly distinguishable. That's the homework.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't understand the Rashi. I don't understand why he's saying Leica for the donkey. It seems to me, like you just said, that the donkey and the honey are the same case. He can save them. In each case, he can save them.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll try and do my homework.
To be done.
Very
next
good.
week. Take care. Be well. Have a
All
Shabbat
right.
Shalom.
All the best.
Shabbat shalom, Phil.
Shabbat shalom to Phil.
Yeah.
And bye to Alan. We'll see you tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem.
Okay, we will see you at 4.
And
Okay,
hopefully
Alan.
then we'll have internet.
Sounds good. Let Joan know you're going to be a little late coming back because I've got to go to the store with you.
Okay, right. All right.